Hey now, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and as some of you may already know, quite a few films have been leaked online recently. And I'm not saying that this is how I've been watching said movies, but I did get just done watching Concussion, which is a 2015 film that stars Will Smith as Dr. Bennett Omalu. And he's this guy from Nigeria who's now living in America. He performs autopsies on bodies, and he takes his job very seriously. He wants to make sure he gets to the bottom of why people die. He feels like it's an obligation, right? Well, one day he gets the body of Mike Webster, who is a former football player for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's hard to explain how this guy died. No real history of concussions or injuries documented, and just the way how he was driven mad, just sort of randomly out of the blue, 50 years old, doesn't sit quite right with Bennett. So Will Smith, he's willing to spend all of his money, or as much money as he needs to actually experiment more on his brain, on his body, to get to the bottom of it. And once he finds out what's really going on, that he has had a lot of concussions, undocumented concussions, that the NFL has seemingly kept secret, and he's not the only one. Plenty of other players are falling victim to the same thing. So Will Smith makes it his life mission almost to bring this out to the forefront, to let everybody know what's really going on here. Now, what I thought of this movie was, I liked it. I did. Did I love it? I mean, I can't really say that I loved it. I guess when it comes down to it, I really liked what the movie was about. What it's trying to get more people to find out about. Will Smith, I can say this. He clearly is trying. He's trying his ass off to get an Oscar. I mean, maybe he just wants the nomination, but clearly he did this movie to show how great of an actor he is. And he's a great actor. You didn't need this movie to tell me that. I've seen him act his ass off in plenty of other films. This film, at first, I was sort of thinking that the accent was forced, and it almost felt like he was just playing a character, like role-playing or something. Like, it was hard to buy into him being Nigerian. But after a while, you sort of just get used to it, or you're willing to go along with it. I don't know if I ever fully gave it a chance, but there were scenes, I'd be lying if I didn't say that, there were scenes where he acted his ass off, where he gave some really great performances. So I got to give it to him for that. My other complaint, though, with his character is that you see how he meets his eventual wife, and that's kind of just there mostly to let you know how he got with his wife, I guess. But like, you never really feel like you get to know her as a character or really anything much more about it. She's just there to be the person to pick him up when he's down, to give him a nice speech when he's feeling upset. And not that maybe you need to get a whole lot about her, but I'm just saying, there's that. David Morse plays Mike Webster, gives a good performance. Alec Baldwin plays Julian, who is an NFL doctor. He was an NFL doctor who pretty much kind of sort of knew what was going on, maybe didn't know how bad it was, but he was okaying all of these players to keep going in these games with all of these injuries. And not only does it give a good performance, but I really liked seeing that point of view. I mean, this movie does make the NFL look like fucking villains. They do. I mean, if you're an NFL enthusiast, if you love football, or if you think all of this is horse shit, you're probably not going to like this movie at all. And I don't really blame you. I don't really give a shit about football, so I can watch this from an objective point of view, or maybe even the point of view where the movie is telling us, where it's almost like, no, they're the villains, they're the enemies, look what they're doing to all their players. It looks pretty bad. Even if half of this is true, I think this is something that people need to know about, people need to be cautious about. Albert Brooks plays Will Smith's boss in the movie. I like seeing how willing he was to help him further do his cause. So there's a lot of good things in this film. I don't think it's perfect. It is maybe a little bit too long. But I mean, I was okay watching it. I was engaged. So my rating is a matinee. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Concussion if you have seen it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!